spoiler territory for Tears of the Kingdom. Proceed with caution, or don't. You do you, boo. I'm not your dad. Tears of the Kingdom, no lie, is probably my game of the year. But this isn't going to be an ooey gooey, mushy video about how great Tears of the Kingdom is. Oh goodness, I already did that. This is going to be where I talk about a 10 out of 10 games, one problem. Tears of the Kingdom story sucks. Or rather, how it's told. Now, put your pitchforks down, unclick that dislike button, delete that paragraph in the comments section, and listen up, you punk ass. Throughout history, stories have been told a lot like this. Over here you got your beginning, over here you got your end, over here you got your climax, and etc, etc. There's a distinct structure to the stories that we tell. So much so that books have been written about it. There's been books about the beats and movies. Learned this graph in English class, but Tears of the Kingdom takes that and throws it out the window. Similar to Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom has two separate stories. We got our flashbacks and we got our present day. The flashback story is triggered when you find specific areas in the world and then you get to see a cutscene of Zelda's past. This is fine mechanically, but because of the open world nature of the game, a player can come across a cutscene randomly in any order. Unfortunately, that means you might hit the climax of the flashback story on your very first go. You won't have any context, then every flashback after that is going to be kind of underwhelming. When you start at the peak, all you can really do is go down. Now with the flashbacks, I think they're going for a collectible type story where you unlock specific pieces, put them all together like a mystery, kind of like in Infamous or in Breath of the Wild, or any other game with like story-based collectibles. Like this was a completely missed opportunity though, to build a side narrative that coincides or even interacts with what's going on in the present day narrative. Before we get to the present, let's get to the sponsor of this video. Me. My dream is to get this channel monetized so that I can offer more gaming content on the reg. So please, consider subscribing. For those real adventurous souls who just can't get enough of the Cappy crew, come follow me on Twitch. I'm live Thursdays and Saturdays, 9 PM EST. I'd love to see you there. Back to Zelda! Now, the storyline in the present day has its own issues as well. My biggest complaint is that there's relatively no difference to the very first 4 plot points in the game. Similar to Breath of the Wild again, you have to visit each of the major regions of the game, fix that race's problem, and then you gain an ability by defeating the temple / divine beast. Now, given set pieces for these things are so much better, but the story itself is basically copy-paste. And again, I understand why they formatted it this way. It encourages the player to go visit the whole map, and it doesn't gatekeep a specific section. But unfortunately, it doesn't build on each other because since you can do it in any order, it can't build on each other. Like, it won't work. This makes the first major chunk of the game feel like a collection of side stories that Link doesn't actually have a huge impact over. It's more like things are happening to Link instead of Link happening to those things. And I mean, Link is impactful in fixing their problems, but he's not really impactful in the story itself until the 5th temple, and that's close to the very end of the game. I just feel like, especially in a Legend of Zelda game, agency is important. And I didn't really feel that. When it comes to interacting with the environment, you have a lot of agency. But when it comes to the story, you have almost nothing. To fix this problem, and it does do this later in the game, in the beginning, I think that maybe they should have gatekept some of the regional phenomena behind some of the story beats. Or connect the memories again. Have the memories maybe give you specific hints about how to beat the certain phenomena in the game, thus sort of connecting those two main stories together. Maybe even have like a choose your own adventure type style, where depending on what order you do the phenomena in, it kind of changes the phenomena of the other 3. And that would really increase replayability too. Or just maybe ditch choosing entirely and have a really strict set path so that the story can feel a lot more intentional. And I'm not saying to like have a strict path on like where you can go in the world, but maybe have a strict path on like how Link interacts with the story in each area. At the end of the day though, I'm not even sure if this matters to Zelda fans anyway. Because honestly, I don't usually play Zelda games for the story. I like them for the exploration, the puzzles, the dungeons, the combat. But that other stuff doesn't really mean a whole lot without a compelling narrative to just drag us along. And in my opinion, Tears of the Kingdom dropped the ball on this one. What do you think? Am I just being picky? Am I a genius YouTuber for this take? Let me down in the comments below, roast me alive, doesn't matter to me. And if you want some more gaming goodness, click right here. Deuces.